Hello and welcome. I am Scrapperlock, and this is City of Villains Iron Man mode with lethal exposure, our level 10 Corruptor. And we're at a new contact. I didn't have to do any bank missions for this. She just appeared in my contact search list, so I said let's go ahead and do it. Because the last time we went through the whole series of broker missions to the bank mission, and the broker gave us an option of a contact that wouldn't talk to us anyway. So let's talk to her. And she says, we have a problem with a special operative. I want you to check out his lab and bring him back to me. So we're going to be fighting Arachnos, and we're going to be going into Arachnos labs, which isn't my favorite thing in the world to do, but that's alright. We'll make sure that our Viz scale is up to 2.5. Doesn't really help, actually, in the Arachnos labs. It's just miserably dark all the time. It's just something we have to live with. We have enough inspirations. I think we should be okay. I don't know if we're going to have to fight a boss. The operative might be a boss. Hopefully we'll collect enough inspirations to have enough. But as long as we got a break free for emergencies, and as long as we've got a luck for emergencies, we should be alright. So we got some ghosts. Let's go ahead and snipe them. So this operative is bringing ghosts into the lab? Is that what's going on? So we're level 10. We're getting close to level 11. We should probably level up very soon in this mission. That will allow us to do one res in the mission. In these early missions, we are allowed to do that. Well, in all missions we can, but in the early missions it'll happen fairly frequently because you level up every couple of missions at level 10. By the higher levels it won't be the case. And we missed. That stinks. We missed with our snipe. That thing definitely needs to have accuracy on it when we get to level 12 and we can start putting dual origins. Ah, the fleeing ghosts. They all do it. They run away and then they discorporate, which is super annoying. I know he's going to come back, but let's just go ahead and attack the next guy rather than wait. Because the next guy is going to discorporate too, and here he is. We'll just beat him up. He's dead anyway. There we go. See if we can knock him down. No, we're missing. That's not good. Heal up. We definitely need to get enhancers on that heal. We're very vulnerable really until we get to pretty much single origins for two reasons. One, we don't have the single origin enhancers, and the other is we just don't have the slots. Right? Radiant Aura can't be triple recharge, triple heal, or whatever until we have 6 slots on it. So that's one of the issues is that we're going to definitely need more slots. Minimally, we need 4 on this power because we need an endurance and 3 heals. But it costs so much endurance that if we're going to use it regularly, we probably want to put 2 endurance reducers on it. Because it does take, 11 endurance or whatever. It takes a lot. So yeah, and part of the issue at low level isn't just that you don't have powerful enhancers in your slots. It's that you don't have a lot of slots. Most of the powers only have 1 or 2 slots in them. So even if you had SOs, there's just not much you could do. Right? If you take a look at, say, most of our attack powers. Right, even if we had an SO on a radiate, all it would be accuracy, right? We're not doing any more damage with it. Same thing with neutrino bolt, same thing with proton volley. An X-ray beam maybe would be, don't think we need to put endurance reducer on it because it doesn't use a lot of endurance. So X-ray beam might be accuracy, accuracy recharge 1 damage. So even if we had SOs, we wouldn't be doing that much more because we just don't have the actual slots to put things in. And so that makes it very tough at low levels. It's not really just that the trainers don't do much, it's that you can't put many enhancements into any slots anyway. Now, this is going to be a very difficult room. because there are enemies all over the place. And if we miss aggro, we will probably die. We can flee down the elevator, but we can't leave the mission. So let's try and pull them out. We may not get only one, but at least we shouldn't get the whole room, I hope. We definitely need another attack, because we keep having to use that Nemesis Staff, and there's no way to enhance it or speed up the recharge, and it's a pretty slow recharge. So we definitely want another attack, and then we're also going to want build-up. What are you doing? Did you get stuck? He got stuck on the wall. Glad to see I'm not the only one who does that. I get stuck on the wall sometimes, too. I got another accuracy. That's good, actually. Let's go and put that on X-ray beam. And let's put an endurance reducer. It doesn't really do much, though. It's not worth it. We'll just leave it. I was going to put that endurance, but it's so low level where it's going to be red very quickly. And we're about to level up, guys. Should be in the next mob or two. And there it is, right there. We are level 11. Sweet. So we've gained 11 levels with this character. So clearly one of the goals we have with our snipe power is to find a way to bring our attack bonus all the way up to 97 or above as much as possible, because then we can instant fire it. Not like that. That missed. That's no good. Is this a pirate? That's really cool looking. Yeah, it looks like a pirate. With like arrows in his back. That's pretty awesome. We got damage. We'll put a resistance over here. We don't need the endurance. We'll just go ahead and use it. So my guess is, as a character builder, right? When you're building characters for your when you're looking at sets for a character with snipe, you're going to want to find some way to get your base to hit to be always 97% so that you can always instant cast snipe. Because otherwise you can't do that, and it's one less attack you can use. And I accidentally aggroed those other guys trying to run away from the first set of guys, so now we're in a little bit of trouble. Actually, we're in a lot of trouble right now. You can see that there's quite a cost to constantly firing the heal. Our endurance is being pretty much butchered right now, and a lot of that is just the heal. I mean, it's our other powers too, of course. But the heal, you know, you do that every few seconds. That's 11 endurance every few seconds. And there's one more who ran away that we'll need to fight. Should be coming back shortly. So we're not going to rest here because one of them's coming back. That one. Okay, well, we could snipe him. I guess he decided not to come back. Just kill him at range. Okay. I do like the snipe ability. And it looks cool too when you're standing there like your legs spread apart and you're like, yeah, I'm gonna blast this guy. I like it. Same animation blasters use, of course. So I didn't even think about it because I've just not been able to skip anything, but we must defeat everybody in this mission and seek clues. So the Archon, the Arachnos operative might not be here. I don't know if we're gonna actually get him here, or we were sent to get him, but we're gonna find out that he that he's not here, and then the hunt is on. I don't remember this story arc. Okay, next level. You can definitely see the missions are taking a lot longer now, because we can't just blow through them, and it takes a while to defeat the mobs. And that's going to continue until we get to 22nd level with the SOs. And then once we have SOs, if we live that long, then things will go a lot more quickly. But at this level, no matter what, even if you're a stalker or a scrapper, you kind of have to pick the enemies apart a little at a time, because you just don't have the ability to fight multiple mobs, multiple spawns at once, right? If you over aggro, you can very easily die. And in normal City of Heroes, it's just going to the hospital, but for this character, it is the end of the character. So you do have to be somewhat careful. Those are the only guys that were in here. Usually there's at least a full spawn. That's strange. Alright. So I hope you guys are enjoying this second Iron Man run. I'm having a lot of fun with it. I had a lot of fun with the first one as well. I'm a little disappointed in myself that I screwed up the difficulty setting, and we were on no bosses for most of that character, because I messed up how I was reading the difficulty menu. And now these guys are -1 to us because we leveled in this mission. Yeah, I enjoyed the Guardian. I just wish I'd played him at the full difficulty level the whole time. So by the way, if you want to take a look at what they do, they make me less accurate when they shoot at me. So it's why sometimes after I've been hit a few times, you see the misses start. Because it's minus accuracy to me. I'm giving them minus defense. Now see, I don't know if I got him or not. Did I get him? I don't think so. Because I got the sturdy with the other guy. So he's going to come back, and this is what I hate in Defeat All with Ghosts. Until he comes back, I can't solve the mission. Right? Because I have to defeat him, or it won't count. Right? There he is. Pain in the neck. Okay, so there's a lieutenant. Doesn't seem to notice me, so we'll snipe him. Didn't get him again, right? How do I know? Because 16 experience was from... So we got a guy and got sturdy. We didn't get experience, so I knew there was one hanging around. We got another 16 from that second guy. The lieutenant would give us more than that. We didn't get him. So now we got to wait for him to come back. Quite possibly the most frustrating mechanic. One of the most frustrating mechanics in the entire game. I don't mind that they flee. But don't do that to me in a defeat all mission. That's super frustrating. Because then if I don't, like, if I walk away, I don't realize that I didn't kill him, because a lot of times they have almost no hit points left, and if you're not sitting there watching the XP and paying attention, you might think you defeated him and move on, and then you're like 2 levels into the mission, and you don't realize that there's somebody behind you that reincorporated and you didn't get the complete credit for it. And that's, to me, really frustrating. So, I mean, I don't mind the ghosts, and I don't mind them fleeing, but just don't put them in defeat all missions. Because it's just, to me, that's just asking to be frustrating. I've got to remember, we do have these zombies here. We have 4 more uses of them. We can use them as bait to fight difficult enemies if we end up in a bad spawn or something like that. Alright, we're going to go back to Veludo Lunata, who says... So he wasn't in there. We didn't find him, but he's got a secondary lab. Go check it out. So now we want to defeat him and his men. And the way these things work, this might be the whole story arc. I'm not really sure. That doesn't look like it. If it is, there's going to be another story arc from her, because we won't fill up the whole bar. We haven't filled up the whole bar from Bokor either. He might have another story arc for us as well. But let's do this one. And I'm like, I guess randomly pick these. I just picked the first name in the list, so it is kind of random because I didn't look anything up about them. I know like the way I've been doing this, I've been trying to pick random contacts, but the last one I didn't give me any missions. So yeah, we'll do that again after we assess the next broker. I can't remember now what level. Oh, we gotta level up. Gosh, guys. Why didn't somebody remind me? I can't remember. I can never remember the levels of the zones in City of Villains because they're not even zones. It's not like level 5 to 10, 10 to 20, 20 to 30 the way City of Heroes is. It's weird. It's like 1 to 7, 8 to 14, 15 to 33 to 23. You know, it's just really frustrating. I don't know why they did it that way. All right, we need another slot in Radiant Aura, and we're going to put another slot in Proton Volley. And now we are 1 level away from dual origin enhancers. Is there a quartermaster near here? Yes, there is. Let's go to the quartermaster and just sell. And speaking of selling, we need to check. I don't know if we need to check the auction house. I think we might. So we're going to get rid of all that. We're going to get rid of any recipes below level 25. There's no point. We don't have any high level loot, and we're not selling anything. Okay. Alright, so now we're going to go to our mission. And I'd use the mission teleporter, but it's right here, so we'll just head over. So we're 11th level. We're getting up there. We're doing a pretty good job. I mean, we've gotten to 11th level without a faceplant yet, so that's not bad. I don't really know what the records are for my other characters. I can tell you that my current Stalker died at level 5. Silver Phoenix died once in the teens when I had leveled her down and didn't realize it. And then I don't think she died again until like level 30. So she went a long ways without getting face planted. Oh, and I do want to mention this. So Kievar, I love it, said since we're doing villains, I'm not going to do City of Villains, but I will make up the last villain archetype that I haven't done is the Dominator. Because I've done the Stalker, I've done the Brute, and I've done the Mastermind already as regular characters, and this guy is the 4th one of the 5. Now, again, archetypes can be hero or villain now, so it'll probably be a hero. But to make a Plant Thorn Dominator called Faceplant, I love it. I absolutely am going to do that. That is such a funny idea. It sounds awesome. I don't think we need that res because we're not going to level up in this mission. So I absolutely will do that. We're going to make a Plant Thorn Dominator called Faceplant. I love the idea. It's so cool. It has to be done. There's just simply no way I can't do it. It's just too good of an idea. It's too funny. I love it. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to make a Plant Thorn Dominator called Faceplant. I was going to do a different type of Dominator because I've done Plant Thorn and before, and I actually like Plant Thorn, and I was thinking of doing it as a real character. But I'll do a different Dominator as a real character. We're going to do Plant Thorn as Faceplant. That is our next character, guys. It's going to be fun. I'm not doing villains again. I really don't like the villain side, so maybe we'll do Praetorian. I'm not a huge Praetorian fan, but you know, again, I don't mind doing some of these where we're just sort of quickly going through it. I'm not reading every mission and, you know, worrying about the story that I don't like. We're just kind of quickly going through and seeing, you know, how long we can survive. I suspect that Praetorian stuff is hard, and this may be very difficult. If he walks away, we might be all right. The Praetorian stuff is hard, so I suspect we're not going to get out of Praetoria. And that was really bad luck. It's a good thing the lieutenant didn't come, because if they both came and we didn't even get the lead with the snipe on this guy, it might be our death, but we're okay. So yeah, I don't love the Praetorian stuff, but if we're just going to quickly go through it until we die, that's okay. And I suspect with not that I will purposely die. You've seen I'm not trying to die here, right? I don't love the villain stuff, but I didn't like purposely get myself killed at 3rd level. I want to see how long I can go. Dominator may be able to go pretty long, especially Plant Thorn. Plant Thorn is really powerful. You get Seeds of Confusion, which makes the enemies attack each other, and that can really save your butt. And there are several missions that I was able to do with Plant Thorn that I couldn't do with other folks once it was leveled up enough. I don't know how we're going to do in Praetoria with Plant Thorn Dominator, but I guess we'll see. And last time, didn't I do the Renegade last time? So we'll do the Loyalist story arc. I'll double check, but I'm pretty sure that Tiger Strike was a Renegade. So we're looking for Operative, Fowler, and his men, and we're looking for clues. Okay, the Fortunatas are going to be really fun. So the Praetorian stuff is geared to be a little harder. There are a lot of ambushes in it, at least on the Renegade side, and I suspect Loyalist is the same way, because the way City of Heroes works, they don't generally have wildly different content for different sides of the same color. Like if you do different villain arcs here, it's not like some of them have ambushes and some of them don't, right? They all do. It's not like some of them have escort missions and some of them don't. They all do. So it's going to be interesting to see how it goes, but the Praetorian stuff is kind of scaled a little harder, and we might die a little earlier. That's okay. You know, I've played Plant Thorn before, so it's not the end of the world if we die. And I'll play another Dominator at some point when I'm finished with my Stalker, maybe. I want to do another Scrap or two. I feel like Strapper, Stalker, Brute, those are my bread and butter, and then in between them, do other things. I'm talking about the sort of regular play, not the Iron Man. Iron Man sort of feels very different. It's a very different sort of a mindset. Whereas, like, for instance, my Stalker is now 28th level and has earned like almost 100,000, over 100,000 prestige toward the base. So we almost have enough to build a teleport room. And, you know, so by the time she gets to level 50, we'll probably have a teleporter room and a couple of teleport pads in that base. And I'm just going to keep progressing it on the hero side. And I was just making sure the boss wasn't there. I'm just going to keep progressing that base and making it more and more sort of convenient for myself. And the base is kind of a, I don't know what you want to call it, almost like a legacy or a record of my my characters in City of Heroes on the Rebirth server, right? That like the better the base is, comes from, you know, as the base gets better, it's coming from the characters completing missions and story arcs and defeating enemies and that sort of thing. And so the bigger and better the base is, sort of the bigger and better our record is, my record is at City of Heroes. I don't know how, I'm not sure if I'm expressing it right. I got really lucky that the lieutenant didn't come, because we got this other guy over here who ran away and we need to defeat him. And again, we don't need that res because we're not going to level in this mission, and it's the only time you can use a res, and we have our return to battle anyway. Okay, so these areas are all kind of, we've already checked them out, so now we're going to head up. And that's also a dead end, so let's head back. And another dead end up here. This is all just the first level of this mission, isn't it? Oh, maybe it's the only level. I don't see any elevators. Oh, there must be an elevator further over. Does this guy see me? Hey, there's an elevator over there. Oh, he's a lieutenant. I thought he was a yellow minion. Okay, that's potentially dangerous. Not realizing how strong an enemy is. But again, at this level, right? You know, 25th level, who cares if it's a lieutenant? But at this level, it's very dangerous. I really love that snipe power. I can't wait till it's fully enhanced and being built up with aim. It's another power we need soon, but I think at level 12 we're going to get another attack. I mean, I guess, on the other, you know, part of the thing that frustrates me with, like, trying to decide whether you get attacks or not, it's nice having other attacks, but you can't really enhance them, because you can't put slots on them, because you don't have enough slots. So, but I would like to get this Nemesis Staff out of my rotation, because there's no way to make it any better, and it's just going to miss more and more as we gain levels and our base 2 hit goes down. Yeah, so there must be an elevator somewhere. So let's head south. Must be behind this door. So just to remind folks, the reason I'm landing is we don't have hover, we only have flight. Hover is another power we're going to need to get at some point, and flight just chews endurance. At almost, it's like 0.4, I think, endurance per second. Which doesn't sound like a lot, but it absolutely is when you, 4.6, almost 0.5 a second. So it absolutely will kill you when you're, like, in battle. So yeah, I'm like totally loving the idea of faceplant as a plant dominator. It's just so awesome. Thanks for the idea. I love it. And I absolutely will do it. Hopefully the character won't be taken, the name won't be taken on the server. I doubt anybody's going to make a name like that, but you never know. Players can be very funny. In fact, I think I've told this story back at during the Bree server days, when right after Leandro released the code, when there was only one server and all the City of Heroes people on the Discord and the Reddit were together in one group trying to make it work. And they managed to put it up on the server, and they called it Bree after the person who wrote the article that outed the game and caused this to happen, right? The Bree server was very, very unreliable, and there was lots of map server disconnects and stuff like that. And I came down this way because I thought this might be a dead end, but I guess not. So it doesn't matter which way we go, I guess. We'll just keep going this way. So the Bree server was very unreliable, and there were a lot of map server disconnects. And I remember seeing a screenshot. I wasn't even playing. I never played on the Bree server because it was only up for a little while, and by the time I, kind of made the decision I wanted to try to figure out how to play this game and, whatever, that server had already come down, and then Homecoming started, right, with Torchbearer, and that was the first server that I actually played on. But in the days of the Bree server, when the server was map disconnecting people a lot, right, and what happens is, right above your character, this large font will come up and says map server disconnect. Or disconnected from map server. And, so that was happening to a lot of people. So, and back then, in those days, people were getting together in giant groups and doing sewer runs where they go down into the sewers and just fight everything down there. And it's a great way to level up in a large group. It's like a hazard zone, so you have lots of enemies to fight, and you level up very quickly. And lots of people like getting into sewer groups and doing that. And then there's like a task force you can do down there and so on. And so people were down in the sewers doing sewer stuff, sewer runs, and there was this large group, and it was a screenshot of a large group with people's names over their heads, and somebody had targeted one of the other players where you could see his name highlighted over his head like that, and the name was Map Server. And everybody was like, oh crap. You could see the comments in the chat. Oh crap, Map Server's here, we're all gonna die. He's gonna disconnect us. It was super funny. So players in City of Heroes have a great sense, historically, have a great sense of humor, and they often make really funny character designs and really funny names. Map Server is like a tech hero who looked like a walking, kind of like a walking robot or a walking computer. So obviously he is the Map Server, and you know, this is very, very funny. But because of that, it would not shock me if somebody had already named a character Faceplant. And maybe even be a plant dominator. But I'm going to try it, because it sounds like a cool idea. So after this character dies, we will definitely make up a dominator. If I can get the name Faceplant, it'll be Plant Thorn. If I can't get the name Faceplant, it might be something else. Because as I say, I've played Plant Thorn before, and one of the things I've generally tried to do is do things with this playthrough that I don't normally play. Such as a radiation corruptor. Never done it before, so I don't normally play corruptors, and but I'm enjoying this character enough. I might have to actually do a corruptor as a full, 1 to 50 character. Off screen, of course. I'm not going to do level 1 to 50 anymore with you guys. I don't really think that's necessary. Somebody did suggest, might have been Kievar at one point, probably was, because it's almost always Kievar who suggests things. He makes most of the comments on this channel, but somebody suggested kind of doing almost like a build guide, right, from 1 to 50. Just here's this character at level 1, then another video, here it is at level 2, here it is at level 3, and just show like one mission from each level, and then show the enhancements and how I built it. And that's not a terrible idea. I actually kind of like it, except that I don't build the way other people do, and most people would not, I think, get a lot out of a build guide like that, because what they really want is enhancement sets and knowing which sets to put in. So with a character like this, for instance, I've sort of mentioned, well, you probably could find sets to get this to always auto fire, because you can get it to somehow get your 2-hit bonus to 97%. I'm sure there's a way to do that with sets, because there's a way to do almost everything with sets, but I don't know what that way is, and I'm never going to look it up because I don't give a damn. And so somebody who's trying to play a corruptor like this, they're going to want that, and they can't find out how to do that from me, because I don't know how to do it. I mean, like, I know it probably is possible. I'm almost certain it's possible, but I don't care to look up how to do it, and I'm not, and even if I looked up how to do it, I don't care to do the grinding and stuff that you need to do to make it possible, right? And so I don't know how much use it would be. The only people who would get anything out of videos like that would be someone who's trying to play City of Heroes kind of the old school vanilla way. How many people do that? Almost nobody I know does it. In fact, I think literally nobody I know does it. I'm the only one. And so, and again, that doesn't make me better than anybody else. No way. That's not what I'm saying. But I just don't see how useful it would be to others to teach them how to play my way that is so weird and unusual now. So, I mean, unless a whole bunch of people said, yeah, we need help with this, can you show us how to play the vanilla way, I'm not sure. I'm not sure how, how useful it would be to anybody to make like 50 short videos on here's how this character progressed with enhancements and stuff from level 1 to level 50. I mean, when people are talking about their builds, they're almost always talking about post-level 50 builds anyway. And most people would say that the level 1 to 50 you know, that like there's no point to building that. You just throw out in whatever enhancements, you know, are useful to get to the next level, but you're just trying to get through these levels to get to the real game, which is post 50. I don't feel that way, but a lot of people do, and so I feel like it would be super niche. I mean, not that what I'm doing isn't already kind of niche anyway, but I just don't know how useful it would be. People have sort of seen what my build philosophy is in general before this. Am I going to be able to get this off? I got it off. Sweet. Right, now we need to stop flying. You know that I do even builds. You know that I don't think power is worth slotting at all unless you're going to 6-slot it generally. Unless, you know, there are certain exceptions like, you know, passive resistance powers or something where, you know, more than 3 just doesn't do any good. But for most powers, especially attack powers, to me, I don't feel like it's worth taking them, and certainly worth slotting them at all unless you're going to 6-slot them. It's worth taking a power that's useful on a single slot, or a power that can be maximally effective with less than 6 slots. Health and stamina are great examples. They're maximally effective with 3 slots. But to me, if I'm going to take a power, I'm going to 6-slot it. And you know, if it's an attack power, I'm going to slot it for damage and that sort of thing. And so you guys already know that. Anybody who's watched my channel knows that stuff. I'm not sure that it would gain you anything to watch me go level by level with a character, sort of doing it my way. It's just not clear to me that that's going to be of much use to people. But, you know, if several people think it would be, let me know and I can certainly do it. Okay, this is a bad spot. Don't like this spot. Probably shouldn't have done that. Yeah, that knocked her back. I don't really want her knocked back. Oh good, she got stuck on the wall. Useful. We're about halfway through level 11. We will probably get there next episode, guys, if we live. Seems like it always happens. I get them down to a sliver where one more hit will take them out, and the next blow is a miss. That happens so often. Well, there's no trap here. Usually there's a trap. I guess the trap is that there were 2 lieutenants. Ouch. Oh, it keeps knocking me down. You can literally die from that. If you get knocked down too much and you can't like heal up or attack. But not this time, buddy. Not this time. Another lieutenant. But this one we can snipe. And I did that too fast because I really needed to heal up a little more. And that knockdown is so annoying. Let's do it back to him. Oh, look at that. There we go. I need to rest after this. There's Scourge, we like that. And he's done. Okay, let's take a quick knee. This character really doesn't have to take a knee that often. As long as our endurance holds up, we could self-heal, so that helps us a lot. It's just, especially since I'm filming this, I don't want to just sit around and keep doing heal, heal, heal. It'll take too long. I'm really enjoying the special effects, especially of that. Oh, she's got long range there. Especially of the snipe. That is such a cool effect. I love the sound too. There we go. Yeah, I keep saying we're going to get another attack at 12, but I'm not sure what's left. Because AIM will probably be... I don't know if AIM is going to be available. Let's see. This is 32, 26. This is 18. AIM might come available at 12. Not really sure. Might be 14 or 16. Can't remember. An electron haze is... Come on. Show me what it is. It's a cone. Well, we might be taking AIM next. I don't know. Did he see me? Doesn't look like it. Missed twice. It's a good way to die. Yeah, I think maybe we will take that electron haze if that's the only option. And then maybe aim at 14 if that is an option. Not sure. It might not open until 16, in which case we'll take another secondary power. Forgot this guy was here. I didn't realize I wasn't done with that spawn. That's what I get for talking. Okay. Let's snipe this guy. I have no idea where the operative and his men are. Is this really just our second level on this thing? Or is it our third? I think it might be our third. Yeah, these orange lieutenants are really rough at this level. Like, even at 19th level, that's what killed our Guardian, Captain Cyclone. Oh, getting knocked down is not good. Okay, we're alright. I think we're going to need to rest again. Yep, Captain Cyclone was killed by an orange aberrant rector, or whatever they're called. No, anathema. Anathema. An orange anathema. Oh, there are more guys over there. This is a huge base. But hey guys, we're making it just fine so far. I don't think we've... famous last words, but I don't think we've redlined lately. We've got orange in terms of the hit points, but I don't think we've redlined. The only reason, by the way, that staff is at all viable is because our abilities are decreasing the defense of the enemy. And by the time we shoot the staff, the enemy has lost several percent, I don't know, maybe 10 or 15% defense. And so we actually have like a 95% chance to hit with that staff because we have debuffed their defense. If we didn't have that ability, then the staff would be missing a lot more often. And the other thing that's helping us is we have a base 82% to hit. So a couple of shots with the minus defense, and we're ready to hit with that staff. You can definitely see if we're not able to pull, it's rough, right? Because they can do a lot of damage to me. There's another elevator, so I'm not going to clean out the rest of this level. I'm assuming the operative will be on the final level, wherever that is. Is this the 4th level? Yeah, Delta. Okay. I guess this is going to be a 5-level base. That's the max. But it seems like that's where we're headed. Is he in here? Doesn't look like it. Alright, I'm going to come back to this. I don't know if we need to fight those guys. And I would, but this has been a very long episode, I feel like, so far. Yeah, we're at 45 minutes, and so I want to get this done. And I do apologize, I didn't realize how long it was going to be. There he is. He's a ghost. Interesting. Alright, well, we pop our inspirations. I think we're going to snipe his buddy first. Try to kill it. He didn't come after me. Excellent. Now we're going to snipe him. Oh, I should accelerate metabolism here. There we go. That does more damage. He's got a cape. Cool. He is no match for us, guys. Got him. So we're going to have to defeat everybody in this room and seek clues. So there's a clue downstairs, but we're going to have to defeat all these guys anyway. So let's get started with that. I hear the glowy. And let's snipe the Fortunata. She's got pretty long range. See if we can debuff her here. She's giving me a better fight than the boss did. So I don't see any enemies, and there is the clue. And we have completed the mission. Excellent. So we're about 2/3 of the way through this level. We defeated the operative. I don't know if that's the end of this story arc. And we didn't get reward merits, so probably not. We gotta watch out for that. We don't want to aggro those guys. And let's give a little call. Alright, so she's happy with that. And we will call her again next time. Until then, though, folks, that's the end of this episode of Iron Man. I'll see you next time on City of Heroes on the Rebirth server.